There are a number of things that I value about being a partner with Mindful Therapy Group, but two that come to mind immediately are the support that I get from Mindful Support Services. I've said this before, this is the best support system I've ever heard of, let alone worked with. It's just unparalleled. I always feel supported. There are a number of people I can go to if I have questions or concerns or need something done that I don't have the capacity to do or even just the time to do. And the response time is amazing. My schedule is never not full for very long. Either I'm able to fill it or I put the ask out to Mindful and they fill it, sometimes within hours. I just can't say enough about that. The support is really second to none. And that's probably the number one thing I appreciate. I would also say that I'm financially doing better than I ever have before. And a lot of it is the rates that Mindful gets from insurance providers, the efficiency of the system. You know, it's a relatively well-oiled machine. So I think that probably contributes to the overall kind of bottom line as far as what my income looks like. But I'm absolutely happy with my income. I don't have a single thing to complain about. I'm doing very well for myself. I work really hard for it, but for the first time in my career, I feel as though I'm paid what I'm worth. And that's a really good feeling when I've spent most of my life feeling underpaid. I know that that's kind of just a tangible, maybe, I don't know if people see that as relatively superficial or not, but it matters, It matters to feel like you're compensated adequately, and I absolutely do at Mindful. So those are the two things that stand out the most for me. And of course, there are others as well. I do this work because I have to. It's not that this is the only thing I can do. I just have to do this. This is so important to me. And being able to provide a substantial income for myself and my wife is really gratifying because I'm making money in the way that I want to, not sacrificing my values or beliefs to produce income. I'm doing it on my own terms, pretty much. And that's what else could one want? Do something you love and are passionate about and provide a healthy living for yourself while doing so. And that's exactly where I am. A couple things I would point out here is it's a larger company. So I've worked with smaller organizations thus far, and those are great experiences too. I wouldn't trade the experience I gained from working with other providers or working with other companies. That's how I learned how to do all this. I've had some great mentors and leaders and supervision and all of that. That's been priceless. But Mindful it's a bigger company. There's a more extensive support network, as I mentioned before. So that comes through. It feels very professional. It feels like I'm working with, a well-run company that really has their system dialed in. That's one of the main differences. I have a very good working relationship with my account manager. I appreciate her presence. I appreciate her attention. I appreciate her concern. I just met with her yesterday and we had a very informative and helpful conversation. We're down to meeting about every 3 weeks or so at this point, just because I'm the machine is up and running and I don't need as much help. But between my relationship with her, the provider help desk through the provider portal, and emailing various departments, I'm as supported as I could ask for. So it's great. Mindful has a bunch of wonderful people working there that have the right attitude. And that's noteworthy. Certainly after working for organizations where I felt like the company didn't take a lot of personal attention with my work or my account or my, various aspects of my business. I've never felt that way with Mindful. Mindful has always made it clear that I'm an important member of the team and they want to support me as much as possible. It's so apparent. I'm incredibly happy with that. My immediate thought is go ahead and do it. But maybe more specifically, really consider this and look at what Mindful provides. Even though Mindful is taking a portion of what I'm making and I'm paying them a fee monthly on top of that, I'm still making a lot more money than I did in my last position, than I have before I actually started this company and started doing it on my own. So I think sometimes providers might be a little hesitant because they see the numbers and that's intimidating, because it seems like, oh my gosh, Mindful's taking a lot of money that I'm making. And my response is, but wait till you start getting paid out. You'll see that it's absolutely worth it. It is absolutely worth it. It gives me the freedom to run a business the way I want to, for the most part. Mindful has encouraged me to do things such as create a Psychology Today profile, create a website. And I'm happy that that's a requirement, because I have a brand now to market and people are finding me through those two avenues, as well as just calling Mindful looking for a provider. So the way Mindful has structured this not only makes Mindful successful, but it makes individual providers successful, because the whole method for the way the system is set up, it's for each of us to run a successful company. And I've never, since I first started working through Mindful, I've never doubted that. I can see what's going on, and it's that we're all doing well. You know, there's very much a cohabitation where I feel like their primary concern is my well-being and my practice, and I'm more than willing to compensate Mindful what they're asking for when what I'm looking at on my end is more than satisfactory. So what I would say to any provider looking to join Mindful or thinking about joining Mindful is seriously consider it. This is one heck of a company, and I am more than happy to be partnered with them. So for what it's worth, I'm a big fan of Mindful Therapy Group, and I have and will continue to encourage providers I know in the area to take a look at Mindful's offer and seriously consider joining them.